Hi everybody. So, stocks and bonds. Here we go. You guys all asked to do material for this class about stocks and bonds, and so we're obviously going to do that as we would for any finance class. And as I've been sort of preparing this unit, I'm gonna change the way I approach it relative to the textbook. So if we look over here at the table of contents in the textbook, there's a chapter here after getting through with the time value of money. There's a chapter about interest rates, a whole chapter about interest rates, which has some good stuff in it. But I'm gonna hit that material sort of in the context of going through chapters 6 and 7. And then the other thing is that in order to really have a sense of context for the question of stocks and bonds, you kind of need to know a little bit about financial, what would you call it? What are they calling it? Raising capital. That's what they're calling it. This is something that I have a fair amount of experience in. And so I'm going to be doing some of the material here from chapter 15. So some of your sort of homework questions will be from chapter 15, which will seem a little weird, but I'm going to explain it in the context of once you understand how a company raises capital, that'll make stocks and bonds make a little more sense. The other thing about the way that your textbook is oriented is, not surprisingly, the title of the book is financial management, right? And so the approach is sort of from the point of view of a financial manager within a company. But you guys are also interested in, the mirror image of that, the flip side of that, which is an individual investor and personal financial management. And so I'm going to be trying to be sort of explicit about what side of that mirror we're looking at, because it can get a little confusing, I think, because the wording in the book is very much oriented towards what companies do. And I want you guys to understand what you can do, to use this in your financial life. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm posting this video as the first thing I'm doing in this unit, right? So the way that I set these units up is I'll think about obviously what I want you to do, and then I make the tests or the homeworks first. So I decide what I want you to be able to do and know, and then I go back and do the sort of explanations and videos for it after I've set up the homeworks. And so that's how this is going to go. So I'm going to open up this module so that you can see this video, and then over the course of the next day or two, I'm going to be just continuing to post content, and the homework will be the first thing that I post. Okay. And then the other thing I want to note, I've laid out what's going on for the rest of the term, and I'm just gonna kind of put my nose down and plow through it. I want to get all this material up because, if you guys are trying to go on vacation or anything, I just want you to be able to have everything that you need in order to be able to complete this course at your own pace, whether that's fast or slow. Okay, so this next module is going to be about stocks and bonds, and then part of the discussion about stocks is how do we think about pricing stocks in the stock market? So that question is going to be the entirety of the next module, which is going to be about the relationship between risk and return, and something called the capital asset pricing model, which is kind of the theory of how stocks are valued nowadays, how stocks are supposed to be valued nowadays. Doesn't really work like that. Then we're going to have a module about capital budgeting, which is the way that businesses decide on major capital investments. And then we're going to have a module about socially responsible investing, which is not in your textbook, but it's kind of my thing, right? I like this stuff. It's very important. It's important for you guys to know about as individual investors and as 21st century managers. And so that'll be the end of the modules. And yeah, so watch for material on stocks and bonds coming up. And like I said, I'm just going to keep piling material in, piling material in, piling material in. By the end of the week, hopefully I'll have just about everything done. I probably won't get to the socially responsible investing stuff this week, just because I'm going to have to make that stuff up without a textbook. But that's where we're going. Okay? So call me if you need me. Bye.